Marie's story. Ardeer History through kids and community. Short stories animated by children of Ardeer Primary School and Mother of God School. My parents came to Australia in 1949 as displaced immigrants of post-World War II. Their country of origin is Ukraine. They lived in a migrant camp in Benalla until 1952 when they settled in Ardeer. Ardeer was made up of Ukrainian, Polish, Maltese and other families. We lived in one room of our unfinished home until completion. In the one room we all slept together, mama, tato, brother, sister and me, in a wrought iron double bed. Mama cooked all our meals on a primus which sat on a trunk. After meals, a short playtime and into bed. There was no water connection at the home, so water was gathered at the corner of Lawrence and Forest Streets. Mama would take 2 buckets to the water point and fill them. Water was used for cooking, drinking and washing. Roads were not sealed, so in the winter after heavy rain, the roads turned into a quagmire. One time after heavy rain, I decided to cross the road after Mama told me specifically not to. Well, I got halfway across the road and got stuck in the mud. Mama had to get me out. I was a sorry little Vegemite after Families kept chickens, ducks, cows, goats and established vegetable gardens and grew fruit trees. There were no supermarkets at that time, just milk bars, a grocery store and a butcher shop. In 1952 there were no schools in Ardeer, so school-aged children went to St Teresa's or the state school in Albion. Most children walked to school as the only form of transport was a bicycle or you walked. Mother of God School was the first school built in Ardeer in the 1950s and run by the Brigidine nuns. The building of Mother of God Church followed. It was a Nissen hut. The Nissen hut church was very hot in summer and freezing in the winter. Once the Ukrainian Community Hall was built, a Ukrainian Saturday school was established. This was followed by choir groups and dance groups. 3 of the dancers, the Cuban Cossacks, went on to perform on the Don Lane show and nightclubs with great success. Parents got together and started a drama group and held dances once a month where people would come together with food and drink. A band was provided and all danced their worries away.
A soccer team was soon established. Teresa Trident. The players trained and played where the Ardeer Primary School sits today. Boys played soccer against their fathers on a weekly basis.
During school holidays, while the parents were at work, the kids played at Cororoy Creek, and yes, sadly there were some drownings. When not at the creek, we roamed the streets all day, but during spring we stayed clear of West Street as it was very unsafe as the magpies would swoop down on you from the gum trees. The ice delivery man came on a regular basis, delivering ice to households that had ice chests. In the summer, the ice man would give us ice to suck on, which was the best. Back then, Ardeer got milk delivery service via horse and cart. You could hear the clip-clop of the horse's hooves and the tinkle of the milk bottles as the delivery man went by. There were no inside toilets. All toilets were located outside, so a weekly sanitary pan collection from each household was provided. There were a few mishaps when pans were too full. Yuck! Twice a month, local farmers would sell 20-kilogram bagged potatoes to the locals. In time, Ardeer got a bus service to Sunshine Station. the markets, picture theatre on Hampshire Road, and high schools. My first experience of takeaway food was fish and chips from a local shop located on Forest Street, a few doors down from the Ukrainian church. Growing up in Ardeer in the early 50s has been filled with good times and absolute tragedy. Post-war migrants suffered terribly throughout the war. They came to Ardeer carrying a lot of psychological damage, but nobody to help them. However, we gathered together, and as a community, a larger family, we supported each other throughout it all.